In the context of North African geopolitics, the tense relationship between Morocco and Algeria has long been a pivotal dynamic. A recent speech by King Mohammed VI of Morocco has brought a glimmer of hope for a potential reconciliation between the two nations.
وخلال هذه الأشهر الأخيرة يتساءل العديد من الناس عن العلاقات بين المغرب والجزائر، وهي علاقات مستقرة تتطلع لأن تكون أفضل. وفي هذا الصدد نؤكد مرة أخرى لإخواننا الجزائريين قيادة وشعبا أن المغرب لن يكون أبدا مصدر أي شر أو سوء، وكذا الأهمية البالغة التي نوليها لروابط المحبة والصداقة والتبادل والتواصل بين شعبينا. ونسأل الله تعالى أن تعود الأمور إلى طبيعتها ويتم فتح الحدود بين بلدينا وشعبينا الجارين الشقيقين.
The king expressed his desire for the return to normality and the reopening of borders, which have been closed since 1994, dividing families and deepening tensions. The borders were initially sealed after Morocco accused Algeria of involvement in a jihadist attack on a Marrakesh hotel that took the lives of 2 tourists. From that point on, the regional rivalry between these two North African nations escalated and persisted, hampered by numerous political and territorial disputes. One of the main points of contention between Morocco and Algeria is the dispute over Western Sahara, a territory whose independence is championed by the Polisario Front, backed by Algiers. On the other hand, Rabat sees Western Sahara as an integral part of its territory and has declared the area a war zone. Algeria took a drastic step in August 2021, severing ties with Rabat and accusing it of hostile acts, an action that Morocco deemed as completely unjustified. This diplomatic severance has further deepened the wedge between the two countries, fostering a climate of distrust and tension. Another trigger point in the strained relationship was Israel's recognition of Morocco's sovereignty over Western Sahara, which happened earlier this month. Algeria has called this move a flagrant violation of international law, which in turn has added fuel to the fire of discord between Morocco and Algeria. In his recent address to the nation, King Mohammed VI reassured the people and the leadership of Algeria that they would never have to fear malice from Morocco. This annual call for rapprochement with Algeria is a step towards mending the strained relations. It's crucial to examine why the two nations might potentially restore relations. From an economic perspective, an open border could stimulate commerce and trade, improving the economic health of both nations. Additionally, a normalization of relations could contribute to regional stability, which would potentially attract foreign investment, enhancing economic growth and development. On a social level, restoring relations and reopening borders could reunite divided families, fostering a sense of peace and unity. Moreover, cooperation between the two nations could foster cultural exchange, reinforcing their shared history, values, and traditions. Despite these potential benefits, there are significant hurdles that may prevent the restoration of relations. The deeply ingrained political disputes, particularly over Western Sahara, have created a profound sense of distrust and animosity, which are hard to overcome. The diverging foreign policy alignments also pose challenges. While Morocco has moved closer to Israel and the US, Algeria maintains its commitment to the Palestinian cause and is cautious about aligning itself too closely with Western nations. Despite King Mohammed VI's appeal for rapprochement, tangible actions on both sides are required to transform these words into reality. It's a complex scenario, demanding delicate diplomacy, political will, and, perhaps most importantly, a commitment to resolving long-standing disputes in the interest of peace, stability, and mutual prosperity. The question of whether Algeria and Morocco will finally restore relations hangs in the balance. It remains to be seen whether this latest appeal will pave the way for much-needed dialogue or if it will simply become another footnote in the history of this complex and fraught relationship. The fate of this region, its people, and its future rests on the decisions of these two nations. If they can find a path to reconciliation, it will mark a significant turning point in North African geopolitics. Only time will tell if this aspiration will manifest into reality. Regardless of the outcome, this situation presents a fascinating case study in international relations, illustrating how historical grievances, territorial disputes, and foreign policy alignments can shape the course of diplomatic relations between neighboring nations. As observers, we watch with anticipation, hope, and some trepidation, understanding that the restoration of relations between Algeria and Morocco would not just benefit these two nations but could have far-reaching implications for the entire region and beyond. In conclusion, it is essential to continue monitoring this situation closely, as any development could signify a dramatic shift in the geopolitical landscape of North Africa. Whether relations are restored or not, the dialogue around this issue reflects the dynamic and complex nature of international relations in this region.